I know what you're thinking right now. Is this pirate heaven? Is this like the opposite of the Ferry of the Damned? Did I just find the One Piece? Sadly, no. Sea of Thieves is just completely broken right now. What's crazier is you're about to see me swim off of my ship and go all the way up to the surface of the ocean. This was super mind-blowing for me because I always assumed that the hourglass loading screen was fully separate from the open world. I didn't realize that my ship was actually visible if you look down to the bottom of the ocean. Yep, that's my ship way down beneath me. The scale of the ocean in this game is actually kind of mind-blowing. Now I know this looks really cool, but I'm actually so pissed off right now because I'm on an hourglass win streak that I want to sell. So the question is, how do I get my ship back up above the waves? So eventually I make it all the way up to the surface, and I see that all my barrels and crates have now been duplicated. Yet my ship is still alive and well below me. I tried dying to a shark to go back to the ship, but now I just have a weird filter over the water. This no longer even looks like the hourglass queue area. My ship is literally just below the waves of the open world. So I try reloading the game and going back into my session, and I'm still on a submarine. So I guess I'm just out of luck. I'm literally just not allowed to sell my hourglass streak. I have been cursed by Rare to sit at the bottom of the ocean for all of eternity. Did you know there's someone else who's been cursed to lay at the bottom of the ocean? On September 11, 2001, Osama bin Laden carried out an attack on the World Trade Center. Despite the CIA having full knowledge of the attack prior to it happening, hijackers were able to seize 4 commercial aircraft and attack New York and the Pentagon. It's widely speculated that the attack was not stopped in advance by the CIA because it could be used as justification to seize control of resources in the Middle East, and it would directly result in the Patriot Act being passed, which would allow the US government to have unprecedented surveillance of its own citizens. This would effectively make 9/11 a type of false flag operation, which the CIA allowed to happen in order to bring about the greater good for America. This is similar to how Lee Harvey Oswald was under FBI surveillance for years prior to his assassination of JFK, who openly wanted to dissolve the CIA following his rejection of Operation Northwoods. But regardless of the controversy surrounding 9/11, in 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by SEAL Team 6. His body was then sealed in a weighted metal casket and sunk to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, where it remains to this day. Similarly, I now find myself trapped and hopeless at the bottom of the ocean. Shout out to Rare for giving us this incredible 9/11 Easter egg in Sea of Thieves. I really love being stuck down here after I spent 2 hours going on an hourglass streak. And keep in mind that I went on this streak despite all the other glitches plaguing this game right now. I'm not exaggerating when I say Sea of Thieves is literally unplayable. Rare still hasn't fixed the bugs where you can't interact with anything on enemy ships. They still haven't fixed the bug where all the water is invisible on enemy ships. Is this man sinking right now? Who knows? Who's to say? I've never seen this game so broken before. This is truly a fever dream. On the bright side, I'm hoping this gives Rare the justification they need to drop last-gen support. I mean, they have 2 months before this game is supposed to launch on PlayStation. They only have 2 months to fix all these bugs before launch. And I have a sneaking suspicion that last gen just might be what's holding them back from fixing 90% of the bugs, let alone hit reg. Not only has Rare not fixed any of the old bugs, but they've actually introduced new bugs with the latest update. Now I just randomly lose the ability to cannon launch myself with my own cannons. I also randomly lose the ability to use my own harpoons. And they still haven't fixed the bug where the mast just stays up permanently, which makes it an absolute fever dream to figure out if your enemy is fixing their mast or not. but despite all these glitches, I still managed to get the win. All in all, this was probably the worst experience I've had on this game. But on the bright side, I got to share it with all of you. Maybe the real treasure wasn't my hourglass streak. Maybe it was the friends I made along the way. Maybe you should look into why Building 7 collapsed on 9/11, despite it not being hit by the hijacked planes. Why was Congress investigating the disappearance of several $1 trillion mishandled by the CIA? And why was this investigation stopped immediately following 9/11? Find out next week when Rare gives us part 2 of their 9/11 Easter egg. And make sure you subscribe to me for the best Sea of Thieves news updates.